Sean Meyers now joined by the head coach of the Greensburg Central Catholic Centurions boys basketball team, Christian Hyland. His team back in the WPIAL 2A postseason. First off, Christian, congratulations. A great regular season, 15-5, including winning the section at 11-1. What were your biggest takeaways from how your team performed?
First off, thanks for having me. We started the season off with a good win against Penn Trafford. I thought we weren't playing our best ball, obviously, in the first weekend, but it took us a little bit to get going. Had a couple guys that, haven't played basketball in a few years, and we have a younger crew coming off the bench. So it took us a little bit to get going. Ended up dropping our first section game, but really after that, our guys picked it up and kind of took it to another level and really got comfortable playing with each other. So I was happy to see that.
Yeah, and that section game was all the way back on December 16th at Riverview. That was your last loss against a WPIAL opponent. Now, you have a couple of setbacks, but they're teams from outside of the area. What really changed over the course of the last couple of months, especially going against some pretty good teams like Sarah Catholic and Jeanette?
I think we just got more comfortable playing with each other. Knew what we could expect from some of the guys in our starting lineup. I think guys got comfortable in their roles coming off the bench and, just got more familiar with one another. And I think that loss early really put us, opened our eyes and, concentrated on the things that we had to do and, kind of take each possession one at a time. So I like where our guys' mentality is. I think they're excited about moving forward. So it's going to be fun.
I know in that loss against Riverview, the outside shooting, the three-point shooting really doomed you. I'm sure that you've seen defenses trying to force you to beat them with shooting the basketball from distance, and yet you still found a way to make it work. What has been the offensive approach?
We've picked it up in that regard a little bit. I wouldn't say that's our best attribute as a team, but yeah, we have shot it better. And, some of the things that we've tried to do from, seeing so much zones, just to really get the ball out of the net and go, whether it's a make or miss. We got guys that can get down the floor and use their speed, that have good hands or, unselfish when it comes to having the ball in their hands. So we just really try to get it and go.
You talk about a couple of the guys who weren't part of the team last year who are now back playing basketball. Jaden Kennedy, Ryan Kimmel, also a freshman, and Samir Crosby. But one of the steady forces and the regular faces has been Tyree Turner. He played in the championship game for you a few years ago. How much do you lean on him at this time of year, knowing that he's gone through this?
A lot. He knows that, he's the guy that has been around the block, has the most experience. That's a huge piece for us, a huge positive that we have a guy that's been in those scenarios and knows what the playoff games are like, because they're so different. It's a lot more half-court game. Every possession really matters, and each team has each other scouted to a T. So it's good that we have a guy like that on our side.
I won't speak for you. I'll get your opinion, but I was a little surprised with the great finish you had to the regular season that your team got the 4th seed. What did you kind of anticipate, and how did you react to hearing the news that you were the 4th seed?
And it's a tough job. I thought we'd be anywhere from the 3 to 5 range. So I think 4 kind of plays out where we thought we'd be at. We've had a nice streak going. We won our rest of our section games after that first one. So we've had a strong finish to the regular season. Just got to keep it going.
Is there any difference from the fact that you're not playing a home game? It will be at Penn Trafford. Does that change things much?
I don't think so. And those guys are accustomed to playing tip-off tournaments and shootouts and going on the road. We were at home last year for the first round, but it is what it is. And, the guys have to understand that that's not under our control. And, we just got to go out and play.
Propel Braddock Hills, the 13th seed, is your first round opponent. I know that everyone's still trying to gauge and kind of look deeper into their opponents, but at a glance, what's going to be key to have success against them?
I think for us, just any game is taking care of the ball. We are a little familiar with them just from they were in our section the past 2 years. So we're familiar with some of their players. They have a nice player in the Mayhew kid who I voted for an all-section team last year. So they have talent and they look pretty big across the board. So it'll be fun. I don't know a ton about them yet, but I'm looking forward to dissecting some film and seeing what's going on. But they play in a tough section, so we have to be on our toes coming in on next Tuesday.
Lastly, you know it as a player, you know it as a coach. GCC, the expectation is that you're going to make a deep postseason run. We mentioned you've coached in a championship, you've played in a championship. How do you approach things to make sure that you make the deepest run possible with this team?
And like I said before, just taking it one game at a time. I've told the guys, at practice today that the first one's the toughest. It's a different game. Like I said, coaches have each other scouted. They know everything about the other team. And the first one's the toughest one. If you can get that one and get a little bit of experience and, get the guys comfortable in that type of atmosphere, then you can move forward. So just taking it the first game at a time, not looking at who's going to be our next matchup, just focusing this time around on Propel.
Well, Christian, thanks so much for taking the time. Congrats on the section championship and a great regular season. Hopefully you keep it up in the postseason.
All right, Sean, thank you.